of anything we do must show a lady.
Very good. I am happy to.
You know, and 47 of the senators are going to be ladies. That is reserved. There will be 2 senators from each constituency, no, from each county. One will be, can be a male or female, but one of that has to be a lady. So really, I think there are very clear mechanisms to ensure that we are going to have an inclusive society where the marginalized groups, whether in terms of agenda, in terms of disability, in terms of races, will be addressed. So this, I believe, will ensure the integration of all Kenyans in our national development agenda in the long term. But believe me, it's a very big step that we have taken. My biggest worry is, do we have the capacity really to implement this? Because once all this excitement is over, and you now go and look back at what the Constitution expects us to do, boy, it is not a small matter. It's not small. It requires a country that is going to be focused in ensuring that really what the Constitution really expects the country to achieve is achieved. Well, for Kenyans in the diaspora, I think this is your day to celebrate. A good number of you, I think I mentioned this evening, a good number of you may have taken citizenship of UAE. Some of you could be British. Some of you could be Qatari. I'm not sure if there are runners here. Yes. And you know, it's very interesting. You take one nationality and then you lose your nationality. And then you become a foreigner. Remember, I was born in this small village. Now I'm not a Kenyan, you know. It's very interesting. So this new constitution now, I don't know how long in the Schedule 5. It talks of 1 year thing. I think within 1 year, the bill for that. I think there could be a bill on that. After that, all Kenyans who lost their nationality because they acquired another nationality, if they want, have an opportunity to regain their nationality. So I believe we will go to a period where you are Kenyan, once a Kenyan, forever a Kenyan. Yeah. And you're not going to negotiate with the principal immigration officer. As we usher in the new constitution, we must remind ourselves that leaders come and go. As you watched that this evening, this morning, you had His Excellency the President, you had the Prime Minister, the Vice President. After 2 years, the President will not be there. There will be someone else, isn't it? Maybe another 20, 15 years, right? And Kalonzo may not be there, but there is only one thing that will remain forever, and that is our constitution. So really what is important to us is not the leader. What is important for us is that basic document that affects my life for good. So this is your document, and it's up to you to protect it. Whether Kenyans will be able to do that or not, I think the onus now is on Kenyans, because we are talking again, it appears now the table has been turned. The leaders now are going to be the followers, because Wananchi now are going to be the leaders. Because this constitution really gives so much right to the Kenyans that they can question every step that the government takes. And that means there must be a very serious paradigm shift in the public service, in the government itself, to understand and appreciate that the rights given to Kenyans under this new constitution really put public service in a very, difficult situation. Not difficult, really. It shouldn't be difficult at all. But they must understand now that the time for trampling on the rights of Kenyans is over. For example, if a Kenyan today is arrested, I think was on jalal. I was watching the Kenyans who were arrested because of the crisis in Uganda. And they were arrested and just taken out to Uganda. And when they're paid in court, they say they're out of our jurisdiction. I'm not sure the new constitution will allow that. So it will. So you can see those kind of situation is going to be bygone. It is for this reason that our leaders this morning, by the way, as I was talking about the Constitution, it is for this reason that our leaders this morning had to take a new oath to govern in accordance with the new Constitution. What is supreme now is the Constitution. And to obey, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of Kenya. The Constitution, therefore, is the most important fundamental law of the land. It is hoped, and I believe it is our prayer as Kenyans, as we enter into the next phase of implementing the new Constitution. Our legislators could be fully committed to ensuring that they meet the timeline specified in Schedule 5. I think most have said it very clearly. And I can tell you, when it becomes a choice of death or going to the ballot, MPs will go for death. That's how afraid they are of going back to the ballot. Because the Constitution is very clear, as Musa says. There are very clear provisions, but at the end of the day, they will be told all to go home. And I can tell you, they always unite, and there is no issue of party issues when it becomes their life and going back home. They all become one. So, the crafters of this Constitution, I mentioned earlier, had a Kenyan in mind. But most important, they had a Kenyan politician in mind. 20 years they want to make matters very difficult for us. But this Constitution has really trapped them. They have nowhere to go. Every step that they took, they realize they can't go back. They either move forward, but now unfortunately the Constitution is in, it's only forward, no backward. If it is that, if they don't legislate on those bills, we expect another election before 2012. But let me tell you, I can bet. How many of you can bet? We are not going to have that election. There is no way we're going to have it. So really, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very proud moment for us as a country. I do hope that all of you have read the Constitution. How many of you have read that Constitution? Wow. Very few. You see, we are Kenyans. We can defeat the Constitution, and you think all of us are ready. I'll tell you a joke. It was a true joke. It was during the referendum, the 2005 referendum. I was called to an event where I was going to talk to Kenyans, about 50 of them. It was a rugby team in Maryland. That's Washington. And the discussion was going to be, it was very heated. It was Constitution. So I knew I'm in trouble here. So I didn't know what to do. Anyway, I went. I was told by the ambassador, you go. I went, and it was quite, we were the government, so we wanted it to go through. So I went there, and when I took the floor, I looked at them, I said, don't you guys lie to me. I have read that Constitution, I have reread it, and reread it. How many of you have read that Constitution? And nobody read it. Because I said, I'm going to ask you if you lie. And nobody raised his hand. Then I told them, I also didn't read the Constitution. Just like you, another Kenyan. So we can debate the whole night. So-and-so has read it for me, caution. So I said, now what are we going to discuss? None of us has read it. So let's forget about it. Let's enjoy it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me now come to home matters. I think so much for the Constitution. That is UAE matters now. I just wanted to break the good news to you that we are not going to have a new consulate in Dubai. We should be in operation in September. We have taken the property. Well, I'm not sure it's nearer to all Kenyans or not, but it's in Jumeirah 1 near Mercato Mall. So I'm told it's not bad. Good area, isn't it? Yeah. Actually, just behind Mercato Mall. So I'm told it's a good area. They say just behind, then people know where it is. So that's where we're going to be. It is my hope and I believe that this is going to bring services closer to Kenyans. The whole aim was because we really wanted to have a consulate in Dubai, and even for us, to be honest, it's been a very difficult problem, shuttling between Abu Dhabi and Dubai. A few of us are going to relocate to Abu Dhabi by 1st of September, which is next week. It won't be in operation immediately, but I think by 15th we should be in business. And hope that we are going to have a party to housewarming. We're going to have that with the minister. You remember he promised?
Yes.
Yeah, he promised. I'll tell him Kenyan says no opening without him. So I hope he's going to join us, and we are going to open the mission maybe in October, as soon as we do that. So I am very excited that we are going to have an address. There are a few of us who used to meet to prepare the Kenya Week, and you remember some of the places we used to meet. I think it's going to be bygone. At least we'll have a better place now to meet. No more the Meridian. So, yeah, I wanted to share with you that. That was the good news. Of course, the not so sad, but not good news, of course, is that I'm going to my airport deputy, Edward Mwangi, has completed his tour of duty. I don't have to talk about him. You know him much better than me. And I am going to personally leave his contribution to my work. Nobody has the kind of knowledge and expertise on Kenyan matters, and I've never told him what to do. By the time someone calls me, Mwangi is already there, handling the Kenyan staff issue. So, really, he is someone that has been very dear to many of you, who has worked very closely with you, who is going to leave us. But our profession, the diplomatic profession, is very close to a nomad's life. We pitch tents, what do you call pitch tents, and when things go bad, you just move. Not that things are getting bad here, but once things change, you move. So for us, we move from one place to the other, and quite often our families have a problem with that, but this is a duty, this is a calling that we all agreed to take, and so I think I take this opportunity really to wish Mwangi every success in his next endeavor. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we called you yesterday. Is that correct? Most of you, yesterday. And you all came. What can I say? Najivunia kuwa Mkenya. Najivunia kuwa Mkenya, and really I'm very lucky to be your ambassador because the kind of support I get from Kenyans wherever I've been, not only here. I've worked with Kenyans most of my life. When I began my speech, I've never doubted any one moment that I was born in the right country. What I know is that things are going to look much brighter with this new constitution. With these few words, I wish all of you a very happy new Kenya. Katiba is here, Kenya is here. Thank you very much.